Okay, we're recording. Hi guys, welcome to Generationally Speaking. I'm V.
I'm Bree.
And today we have a special guest.
Cody.
Cody.
Woo!
Cody is my love,
Applause.
one of my very good friends.
Applause.
Oh yes. So we have Cody here. So today's episode is really just going to be celebrating Pride Month. It is definitely the end of the month, but we're still going to get it. We're still going to get it in. It's okay. So before we get started, we'll just have Cody introduce himself. So what is your sign? Where are you from? And what generation are you?
So I'm Gen Z. My birth sign is an Aries. I even have it tattooed on me on my arm. And I was born, yeah, for sure. I was born in Richmond, grew up in Orange County, and now I live in Fredericksburg.
Yes. Another one. So Cody and I met through work, and I'm just really excited to have you here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Guest.
It's so pretty.
Yes, we're so
It's
excited.
so pretty. I walked in and I was like, oh my god. Still setting up, but
Yeah.
it looked good. It looks amazing.
Took a little minute, but we got it done.
That's what it is.
So our drink today. Oh, we have a little sign too.
Well, glad.
Cody.
Welcome, Cody.
Perfect. And
So what are we drinking today, Cody?
today we're having Dailies. It's a frozen cocktail with a Jamaican smile. There's two. I think, what is the flavor? Oh, that is the flavor. 5% alcohol.
Well, we.
Yum. You want to try?
Yeah. Is this
Take
still
it.
frozen?
I mean, it's thawing
A little
out.
slushy.
How are we supposed to pour this in the cup?
Jamaican smile.
I know. I didn't think it should be. I've got a spoon.
I know.
I think we should be alright. It is very frozen.
She has to just put them in the fridge.
Put your mouth on it. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how I can. So like, wow. Like
Ice getting
just
everywhere.
pouring all over me.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting. I'm gonna do you first.
And say his
Well,
glass
yours
is
sounds
more
like it's-
more wider than ours, and it's see-through, so you can actually see. 7-Eleven slushy.
Oh, we should have got straws. Straws, baby.
This is good. Nice.
Nice.
Got it.
So, Cody, how was your weekend?
It was pretty good. I worked yesterday. The week was pretty well. Just a lot of work.
Cody works like 6 days a week.
Yeah.
Now. He be getting that
Worked
back.
a lot, while also a full-time student to become a licensed tech. So that stuff. Which I just passed my BTNE review class. So now I just have to do a proctor for radiology. And
You're
then,
almost done.
And then I do my extern and then I graduate. So I want to take my boards So I want to take my boards hopefully October, November, but we'll see how time
Yes.
works. 'Cause you can't control it.
Nope.
Nope.
You'll get it done.
Yeah.
Okay, this is frozen as fuck. Okay, cheers, girls.
Oh, across.
It's sweet. It's
Gets
good.
nothing but ice.
Water.
Yeah. Pretty refreshing.
Pretty good.
That is good though. You can put it here. So loud. Okay, so. Alright, Bree, how was your weekend? Did you do anything festive this weekend?
Festive.
I don't know. Festive, fun.
No, I babysat. I got an oil change.
Love
Responsible.
that.
And did they ask for other stuff while during the oil change?
Yes, but I brought someone with me.
Yeah.
So that
Good.
they
Yeah.
wouldn't do that.
They always do that.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh, let's check your engine. I'm here to change my oil. And now you're worried about my tires.
Right.
And now my air filter.
Yeah.
Why?
Do they do that to you too?
Yeah.
As a man?
Yes.
That's crazy.
And they'll be like, oh, well,
Savages.
I'm like, you know what I came here for.
Right.
You know what I asked. You're asking about this.
I cannot.
For me right now, what's going on with my car is there's this situation where my AC has stopped working. which makes my life miserable.
Oh.
Yeah, so then they were like, to fix it, it's $1,500. I went, it's okay. I don't need AC for 3 months. I'll use right, and that's exactly what I do. But it's awful, like, when I'm in traffic.
Yeah, like...
Because I'll be... using my hydration spray. But whatever.
That's crazy.
I said, I'm not paying for that. I'm not. Just for the summer, when literally...
It'll be over.
It's going to be over soon.
Yeah, he said for 3 months. So we normally do a little segment where we pull out a question from these cute little reflection cards and just chat. So I'm going to let you pick it since you're the guest.
Am I, like, answering the question? Is it asking me a question?
It's going to ask a question.
Are we all answering?
Yeah, we're all answering.
We're all answering.
Yeah. All right. And there's a different one on each side, so you can just pick one. Or two, whatever.
So the question is, when was the last time I did something for myself that made me happy?
Ooh.
So am I answering first, or who wants to go first?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. That I did something for myself that made me happy was honestly going on a trip to Costa Rica. That was, well, you have to think, like, my first trip that I took was, the last trip I took before Costa Rica was Arizona in 2020, in August. So I didn't have time to take trips or to do anything like that. So when Bree was like, oh, we're going to go to, Costa Rica for my birthday, like, do you want to go? I was like, I don't have a passport. So, like, that's why it was so important to me, because I was like, I have to get a passport. Excuse me. Wrong button. But no, so then I was like, so I got a passport, and then we went to Costa Rica, and I just was really happy that I was able to go. Because
this was an amazing trip.
There's one thing going on vacation and you're going to a hotel, but like we literally stayed in like a mansion.
Y'all.
Like literally a mansion. So the view was beautiful. It was one of those things where you just see in movies or influencers doing it. So it was really fun. And I got to meet amazing people. So that was really something that I enjoyed.
Yes.
That made me happy.
What is it? Is the most recent thing? Last time I did something. Ooh, what is the last time? I almost want to say the same. That trip was very much a treat for myself. Ooh, that's so hard. I would say a combination of that trip and the concert that I went to, just all the things I've been doing lately. I'd say this was the last time I did something to make myself happy, was just taking a trip. And yeah, I don't know. Because I want to say Costa Rica.
Do I make myself happy?
That's okay. Yeah, you can still say it. Like, it's totally fine. Because it was, regardless, is what made you happy.
100% that trip, because the last trip I took was also, it was 2019. I went to Jamaica with a group of girls. So it's been a while since I traveled. So yeah, absolutely that trip, and just, scheduling concerts and just having a good time. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
What about you, girl?
It's not as extravagant, sorry. I literally bought myself some new markers for my coloring books.
Oh.
Yeah, I bought a pastel set, so it's gonna be real cute.
Love that.
Yeah.
Nice.
She colors.
Retail therapy.
Coloring is, like, relaxing.
Yeah.
Really relaxing. I wanted to get into it, but I don't have patience.
I was going to say, you wouldn't.
I'm like over the line.
I'm done. This is stupid.
I don't like the color. I don't.
Do you have any hobbies? Like,
for me, like, being I work literally 6 days a week is kind of hard for me, but if I do have time, I love to play tennis. I've been playing tennis since like 14 years old.
That's right.
So either playing tennis, swimming, going shopping, going out to eat.
Which I think is so cool, because a lot of people don't play tennis. Like, it's not...
It's not popular around here. It's really not. But, like, I remember, like, in high school, like, people would say, like, oh, you have, like, because not every school had a tennis court. So they'd be, oh, you have a tennis court, like, you have a rich school. And it's like, I went to Orange County High School, Virginia. Like, that was not a rich school. They just so happen to have tennis courts.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's one of my favorite things if I have time to do it. So, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Love that. All right. So as I said, this episode is, circling around Pride Month. So did y'all know that June is also Men's Health Month?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
I didn't know.
So it's a little combination.
Men's Health?
I did know that.
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
also featured it in the episode.
yes. So I figured we'd start a little bit with like some history about Pride Month because I like to come with the facts.
Where'd you get it from?
Wiki. Wiki. So the concept of Pride Month began with Stonewall riots. They were a series of riots for gay liberation that took place over several days, beginning on June 28th, which was yesterday.
Ooh.
So like the official day was yesterday. The riots began after a police raid at the Stonewall Inn, which was a gay bar located in Lower Manhattan, New York City. So this really originated in New York, which is awesome.
Makes sense.
Yes. So International LGBT Pride Day is a day dedicated to LBGTQ Pride. So that is actually held on June 28th to commemorate the anniversary of the riots. So in June of -- President Bill Clinton declared the anniversary of the Stonewall riots in June as every June in America as gay and lesbian. Every June in America as gay and lesbian Pride Month. And then in 2011, President Barack Obama, expanded it to a full Pride Month.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then in 2017, Donald Trump declined to continue it as
That's
federal
shocking.
right.
That's
as federal
actually
recognition. Even though later on it was recognized in 2019 yet again. So yeah, that's how we got here, which I thought was interesting because I didn't know that.
I didn't know any of that.
So yes. So I figured we'd start a little bit talking about Pride Month and like what it means to us. So we want to start with you. What does it mean to you?
It's actually really funny because I was on the phone last night on the way home. I was on the phone with Michael, and we were talking. He was like, I bet you're going to ask these types of questions. And I was like, okay, well, he was like, like, how do you feel about it? Or like, how was your coming out story and everything? And how do you feel about the history of it? Or just how I feel about it in general. I feel like it's, like, I don't want to sound, like, I'm going to be real. Like, I'm going to be honest.
Please do.
So, like, I just feel like sometimes it's forced to be liked by the people in the community because, you go on social media and they're like, oh, yes, queen, like, you look great, like, all these things, you dance and everything. And then, like, for me, I'll go inside of a regular bar and it's the looks up and down. So it's not really welcoming,
It's like you only feel it that way.
Exactly. Like, let's, for instance, like, if, a lot of lesbians love gay men, but a lot of gay men don't like a lot of gay men because it's about competition. So, like, though it's supposed to be so welcoming and it's supposed to be exciting and it's supposed to be loving and acceptance, it's really not like that in today's world. I don't know what really changed that. I'm assuming social media makes a huge impact on a lot of things. It doesn't really help. Like, if social media can ruin relationships, it can ruin friendships, it can ruin anything. So I just feel like for me, I don't know, like, I found out for myself that I was, like, I guess different, or that I liked guys when I was like in fifth, sixth grade.
I was so young.
So yeah, I was very young. I was like 11, 12 years old. And, in fifth grade, like, I didn't know anything about it. Like, I was just like, oh, this is normal. Like, I'm living just another regular day. And so middle school came and it was just like, that's when, like, hatred came along. And I was like, they're like saying this. I was like, what do you mean?
What year was that? Do you remember?
Like,
Curious.
Maybe like 2011, like maybe 2011, 2010, and 2010, whatever. And it was just bad. My whole experience was bad growing up with it. Like, but I feel like as, you turn 18, it's just like, oh, well, now it's your life.
Yeah.
Do what you want.
I'm trying to think, like, 2011, like, where society in the world was at that time. because I feel like there was even a point in time in society where it became more accepted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, wasn't it like 2013 is when they like passed same-sex marriage with the Supreme Court?
Yeah.
So like, well, I was like in 10th grade.
Yeah.
So it was just, I don't know. Like, I just feel like it's supposed to be accepting.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be loving and let's all come together. But it's really not. It's not that way. Especially for me. I can't speak for everybody else.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, but, you know, my opinion, it's not accepting as I would love for it to be. It's not.
Yeah.
Because, like, you talk about the hookup culture in the gay community. Like, it's all, like I said, I can't speak for lesbians because I'm not.
Right.
But I can't speak for women and I won't. But for me, it's like you have to have the six pack. You have to look good and, you know, be tall. And then it's like, okay, then you can have something. But, like, if you're a gay guy who's a bit overweight or whatever, you know, doesn't look well, it's like they're down upon. So it's like all about like hookup culture and polyamory. Yes. Like, it's a lot. I remember being on Grindr, it was just like, ugh. Like, if you know, it's a gay hookup app. If you know. And you would know, they were just talking, and I was just chatting with people, and then they're like, oh yeah, I'm in a relationship. And I'm like, okay. And that's the new normal.
Yeah.
Like, he was literally telling me, he was like, that's something you should kind of get used to. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that. Like, because it's just such a common thing where gay men are in relationships, but also wanting a third person and to go be open and polyamory and go do other things. And that's just not.
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really common. Because, like, I don't know, does that happen a lot in, like, for straight people, like, with polyamory?
I feel like it's definitely a big thing now. I don't think it's as I don't think it's as like, I don't know, like cutthroat. Like, oh, this is kind of like what it's not as expected. It's more of a like, oh, it's kind of becoming a thing now.
It's wild.
Yeah, actually,
I just wish it was less toxic. The community itself, but maybe as time goes on, it gets better.
It's crazy because it sounds very catty and similar to
like
females, like the female world.
Oh
like,
yeah, like whose butt's bigger,
image.
whose makeup looks better. Yeah, it's literally kind of like the same, like for everything, and you know that you do, it's the same. It's really annoying.
Do you feel like I was gonna ask you, I just lost the thought, but like when you were describing just like how hard it is, do you feel like it's almost becoming like a cool thing? Because I feel like, at least for us as heterosexual women, I feel like for women it's almost there was a point in time where it was becoming like a cool thing to be bisexual or be gay, and it's like there's a lot of people that sometimes you might question, like, are you though, or are you just kind of like,
are you just wanting attention?
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Is it like
100%.
that?
Yes, 100%. Because they're like you're considered straight, you're boring. Like you're considered bi, you're like bisexual, you're selfish because you want both. Like you're considered gay, it's like, okay, like now you're like, okay, like you're cool. And so it's like, yeah, like everyone's like, oh, I'm straight, I'm boring. Like, let me go ahead and be asexual. Let me be pansexual. Let me be all these types of things. Because like, honestly, I didn't even know what asexual, pansexual, I didn't know any of that stuff. I was just like, oh, you're straight, you're bi, you're gay, lesbian, and you're trans. Like, that's the only thing I knew. And then it's just like, now it's like this whole spectrum of things. But like, I feel like a lot of people are like, yeah, like I'm this. I'm like, I've never heard of that. Like, I've never
like,
in my life heard of this. But it's like, okay, like I can't judge you, I guess.
Yeah.
Because like you're part of the community, so I can't judge you. But it's like, I've never, like, it's not that I want to judge someone, but also at the same time, like, my thoughts are my thoughts. My opinion, like, I always walk into a room, you know me, I always walk into a room with respect, and I'm never walk into a room, I'm like, oh, you. Like, never, until there's given me a reason.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know. I do agree with that, though. It's like a lot of people want to be something to be accepted. Yeah. So it's
like, it's okay to just be yourself.
Just be yourself.
It's definitely okay to experiment and try things.
Yeah.
Like, but I feel like there's a little bit of like almost competition, or let's just like, oh yeah.
Because everything is so labeled. Everything has a title. Like people who are bi-curious. Like let's say for example, like, which I would love for your opinion on. Like let's say you're bi-curious and you wanted to go do something with the same, like with a woman. Yeah. Let's say you didn't like it. Does that live in your history? Are you now still straight, or are you bi because you did something one time?
Yeah, that's a big thing with men too. Like I know women are so like no tolerance for that with men.
Oh yeah,
and it's like
I don't want to say names, but you know when you came to my house the day before we left.
Oh yes.
So it's like I remember having a conversation with him, and I'm not saying names, so it's viral, which it will. But, you know, I remember having a conversation with him about it, and he went, okay, well, if I did something with you for a year and we were in a relationship, 5 years goes by, and I want to get married, do I tell her that I did this for a year?
I don't think you have to. Oh. Unless it was like a consistent thing.
Yeah.
But even still.
But if she were to, if she asks, hey, have you ever done something with a man? Do you think he should be honest? Or do you think he,
100%.
And that's why he was like, he's afraid to, that's why he wants to be a DL. And which kind of so upsetting for me. And that's very popular too.
Yeah.
In this community,
which
is DLs.
wild.
And if you don't know what a DL is, it's a down low. It's pretty much someone who doesn't want to know about them being with the same sex.
Yeah.
They will do anything they can. They won't text. They'd rather call instead, so there's no proof. You know, they'd rather leave their house at 11 p.m. at night when their kids are asleep to go be with the man. So it's
wild.
it's a
Wild.
well laughed. Yeah, that was
Shots fired.
yeah. But I
There's
mean
a lot of
that's
them out here.
really common. Like I've had conversations with someone. I've actually had sit down conversations with someone on my couch where they were like, yeah, like I'm with my wife. I love her dearly and everything, and I have kids with her. But you know, I've just always wanted to. And I was like, okay, so right now you're literally cheating.
Yeah.
Like you're literally like, as you just came to my house, like the thought of you deciding to get in your car, you made that decision right then and there. Like you just cheated.
That's wild.
But it was also sad because they can't live their true life.
Yeah.
You know, because I had a conversation with him and he said, you know, pretty much that, like, he had a roommate back in college and they were experimenting and he found out he liked it, but at the same time, he already had a girlfriend and then got her pregnant. And so it's like, he felt like he was forced to stay and couldn't live his true life of being either a bisexual or gay man. And there are some people who actually are accepting. I've seen on social media, but you know, social media can be wishy-washy.
Yeah.
Where it's like the girlfriend, you know, was with this guy. The girl was with the guy, and she found out she started liking women, and she told him, and he was the most accepting thing, and was like, okay,
I bet he was.
I was gonna say, but I feel like that's more accepting.
Yes.
than the other way
I was
around.
like, ooh, yeah.
But it's just,
Can
you
I
know,
watch?
Yeah. literally.
No, you cannot.
Like,
But no, I think it's sad for that. There's a lot of people, which again, I don't know their circumstances. I don't know their, like, if it's because they still live with their family and if their family finds out they're going to disown them. Like, I had a different growing up experience. So for me, I was like, oh, either you like it or you don't. Regardless, I'm going my own way.
Yeah.
But like, there's some people, if they find out, like, they will literally get, like, unfortunately beaten or neglected and all these things and kicked out. And fortunately, that didn't happen to me.
yeah.
But I can't speak for everyone. And it's just sad. So I don't know, like, if I were to give advice on someone how to come out, I kind of don't know.
Yeah.
And that's where it's like, everyone's like, oh, like, you should know, like, you went through it. But I was like, yeah, I can go
different.
through this, but you
Everyone
can
has
go
their
through
own
that.
experience.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
Wow.
I have a question. The, like, DLs, are they typically, like, older? I don't know, for some reason.
it's all age.
All ages.
Yeah. Like, I feel like a lot of the times it's like maybe 20s. Like, I would say like 20s to like 40s. Yeah. 20 to 40s. Even when I went before the trip, I went to get waxed, you know, and I was talking to her. I was like, do a lot of men do this? She was like, a lot of straight men do this, you know, and I was like, oh, and that shocked me because I was like, a lot of straight men come in here and get like their asshole waxed.
For what?
I was like, for what? Literally, I'm thinking, oh, okay. Like, they're sitting here with their knees to their chest, and there's warm wax going around, and they're fine with it. And she's like, they don't even react. So I'm like, oh, so this isn't your first time.
Oh.
Like, yeah. But here I am yelling in the studio that I'm in.
This story. Oh my god, it's so funny. Yeah, I will say, ever since I have met him and have hung out with him, I told you this too. I got a really good appreciation for like how many DLs there are.
Oh my
because
God.
the amount of guys that look at him, and I mean they look straight. They be with women.
You would never know.
Yeah,
You would never
But I be
know.
watching the eyes and where they go. I'm like,
You would never know. And it's the craziest thing. That's why they're like I'll say something, I'm like, oh, he's really cute and everything. And they're like, oh, well, he's not. They're like, you have no idea.
Right.
Like, you're out here looking for your man, but your
scary.
man's on Grindr.
yeah, like,
You know what I mean? Like, So, like, because I remember I saw this one meme where there was a girl said to the guy, she was just like, you're never gonna find your like a man on Grindr, but he was like, but I see yours on there. So that's, yeah, but you would never know, and I kind of like it.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't like everyone has a preference, but like I kind of just like the ones who are kind of just chill and not really vibrant. Like I like a kind of introverted, just chill, like not out there.
Right. Flamboyant type.
Yeah, I mean you can be. I mean, but you're just not for me. You're for somebody else.
Yeah.
Like that's my thing.
Yeah.
Preference wise, but
Man.
yeah, but it's all ages.
Crazy. Well, I will say, as far as for me, like what Pride Month means to me, obviously being a heterosexual woman, I don't have a strong connection to it.
Drink now.
Drink.
But I have a good amount of friends, especially women. I feel like I know a lot of gay women, and I have a lot of trans friends as well, that I hold a high level of respect for. I think it takes a lot of courage to just be yourself in today's world because it's hard.
Be who you are.
Yeah.
For your pride.
Everyone is so judgmental out there, so I think it's amazing. I think it's great. I think y'all should be celebrated and loved more. Like you said, I kind of, we go through the same thing just as Black people, like having that 1 month of recognition or that 1 week or whatever the case may be, and like it should just be normal.
It should be not only normal, but every day.
Yeah, every day.
Like, what do you mean we get 1 month?
Right.
But all these, they get like, what, 10 months?
Right.
You get guys want 1, it's like, why?
Right.
That shouldn't even be a thing at all. And that's what annoys me. And the people who are like, oh, well, why do Black people only get 1 month? Mm-hmm. Why do gay people only get like, or the LGBT get like, why? They don't deserve it. It's like, why?
Why not?
Right.
Yeah.
Why don't we deserve it?
Right.
They can't give an answer. Because they feel as if it's not really historic, and it's like, oh, there's a lot of history.
Yeah.
Yes.
You think in ancient Egypt they weren't doing anal?
Clip that from TikTok.
And you don't think that like
Absolutely were.
you know what I mean? Like that was like, or for example, here we go, where there's today drag queens who are in wigs and makeup, but let's look back in George Washington.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wearing a wig.
Right.
Let's look at the Parliament in England today. They wear wigs when they go to court.
And if you look at some of those men, they were absolutely doing that. Like back in the freaking
So
1800s,
it's just like there is history. You know what I'm saying? Like again, ancient Egypt. Like they probably thought they didn't have any thought. There was no Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. There was no social media to tell them this is right or this is wrong.
Right.
They just went, oh, I like this.
Yeah.
And then boom.
Yeah.
I saw this clip. I think it was last night or whenever it was a couple days ago or last night, where this guy, he was Christian, and he asked a man who was Islamic, and he was like, so is homosexuality sin? He was like, yes. And he was like, but like, you do know that there are some animals that literally are born and like the same sex.
Yep.
Sheep, for example.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he was like, do you think God, if you believe in whatever you believe in, if it's such a sin in the Bible, why would he create animals to like the same sex? Mm-hmm. Like it's natural. Mm-hmm. So it's just a lot.
Yeah.
Social media is not a good.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
It can be very toxic.
It
for
is.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. But I'm happy that we at least have something to pay recognition to you guys, like especially with, like the history that I just shared behind it. Like it should be celebrated more. It should be
I like now,
accepted more.
Like other people don't really like it, but me being a toddler teacher, I like that like shows now, like little kid shows. It'd be like 2 moms, 2 dads.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But people hate it.
They hate it. They're like,
why?
They're
Like,
forcing it.
so...
I'm like, not really.
No. It should have been
it's
like
this.
What
world do you live in?
They're like,
Yeah.
the kids are
Yeah.
so innocent. They're not. It's
Yeah.
not pushing anything, like any type of agenda.
Yeah.
What drives me insane is like, remember, like I don't know how long it was ago when drag shows were like getting banned, like it was like Texas or something, where like they weren't allowed to do drag shows or whatever, and like it was such a huge thing where it was like I would not want a grown man going into the woman's bathroom, whatever, because the grown man is going to sexually harass the child. Why is that your first thought? To think that if I were to go into, myself, were to go to a woman's bathroom and I see a 6-year-old little boy, that's your first thought to think, I'm going to do something to that little boy.
Right.
I'm going to piss.
Right.
I'm going to take a
possibly take a shit.
I might throw up from
Right.
being drunk. But your first thought is to think, I'm going to go do something to this child.
Yeah.
You're the dangerous one.
Exactly.
Not me.
Yeah.
For you to have that thought that never came across my mind, that's what you're thinking?
Yeah.
No.
Yep. It's crazy.
And like, let's ban drag shows. Why? Kids like it.
Yeah.
It's entertainment.
It's fun.
I'm
It's
not.
fun.
I'm not forcing anything on anyone. First of all, I don't control what anyone wants to do.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to wear this and go do that, let them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If it's not affecting my life, affecting my job, me affecting paying my bills or traveling or whatever it is I want to do, then it's just fine.
Yeah, do you. Live
Do
your
you?
life. I was at a birthday party yesterday for my daughter, one of her friends, and I was talking to one of the moms there, and her son is apparently, I know it's so, her son and my daughter are apparently like besties. And, you know, we were talking about the two of them, and she said how her son is just like, he just attracts girls. Like a lot of his friends are girls, a lot of her friends have kids that are girls. And she said the other day they were playing and he came out of the room and he had like a dress on or something, and he was just like running around, and they were all just laughing. And then she said he came back out a second time and he had on shoes, like, you know, like the dress up shoes.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, at that point I was like, okay, all right. And I was just like,
Why?
Like,
Wow.
It's
That was
fine.
me in kindergarten. We used to have like this thing where we would like take our paper clips and it's like, oh, you think you're gonna go over here and go drawing, or like dress up, or like a little snack or whatever we did, and we would put our paper clip for where we wanted to go. And I always remember there was this red and white dress, and I just loved putting it on. And that's what I'm saying for myself is like, here I am. How old are we in kindergarten? Like 5?
Right. Yeah.
Right? I don't know a lick
Right.
of even the colors on the flag.
Right.
Like, I don't know anything. And here I am at 5 years old, putting on dresses, wanting to, you know, worry about makeup and all. And like, oh, it's like, makeup to me is art at that time. So I'm thinking, oh, coloring. So, like, that's where I'm like, no, like, it's a choice. It's like, I am 5 years old. I can't even make any choices but try to figure out what 2 + 2 is.
Yeah.
Like, how am I deciding what it is that I want to be with men for the rest of my life or whatever at the age of 5?
Yeah.
right.
No one at the age of 5 can determine anything for the rest of their life.
Literally.
But somehow, in
And
today's
we
world,
shouldn't
we
determine
should.
it for
Yeah.
them either. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
let a kid be a kid. You are attracted to what you're and when I say attracted, I mean like a color or certain
Right.
style.
Yeah, I'm
like,
with 3-year-olds, and there's like 3 boys in our class. Their favorite color is pink right now.
Right.
And next week it'll be a different color.
Yeah.
We're not gonna be like, no, girls, pink for
Yeah.
girls.
Yeah.
Like, we're not doing that.
when I used
Right.
to when I was a counselor at the Y, I remember they were like 3rd through 5th grade, but I remember those kids, there was this one boy and I loved him, but he was very animated. And at that time, I think High School Musical was the thing. And every time the kids would pretend to be characters, he was always
Gabriella.
Sharpay.
Oh, Sharpay.
Yeah,
Ooh.
he
I
was.
love that.
Yes. So he would have the boa on and like all the dress up stuff we had. He would always just like do it up, and like
Funny enough,
the kids would make fun of him, and I'm like, leave him alone.
everyone said in that movie that her brother Ryan was gay.
Yes.
Growing up, everyone
Yeah.
said that. Yeah.
I could see that.
But then they put him with the girl in the 3rd movie.
Do you remember High School Musical?
That's why I can't comment. Because, like, I know of it. That's why I'm like this.
Yeah.
Like, biting my lip. Like, oh, I'm listening. But, like, I never watched it.
Yeah.
I never watched
Wow.
it. Yeah.
He's the one I was telling you the
I'm
night we were
the
up
baby
doing all
literally of the group.
Yes.
Like, the
We
baby.
were looking at the music videos and
But,
like
like-
schooling him on Britney
Oh my god, I
Spears
remember
and
that.
Christina Aguilera.
Somehow I like remember that moment vaguely because obviously it was. But like I remember like we were watching the music video and I was like, wait, what do you mean there was drama between like Christina
Right.
Aguilera
But it's
and
like-
Britney Spears?
But I feel like I only know that because of you. Like, I don't know that stuff. You know? Like,
No, y'all are very close. Remember, you're like right on the edge.
oh yeah,
of,
I'm
like,
a zillennial.
because you're 26, 27.
Yeah, 26. I almost had a breakdown this morning. I didn't
20.
know. I was like, wait, how old am I? Was it 27?
Yeah.
I was like, no. I'm
No.
26. I was like, oh, okay.
That's so right around when I turned 27. That's when I started forgetting.
Oh.
Every year, I'd be like, "Wait, am I?"
As our
still-
prefrontal cortex is developing, we forget.
It's crazy. Oh my god. So I want to talk about like celebrating. So since you feel how you feel about it, do you tend to like celebrate it in any way? Like, do you go to like festivals or
No.
whatever parades?
Well, last year I went to Pride. I would think it was like in August. One of them, because
How
it was
was
right
it?
before I left for Puerto Rico. Excuse me. It was like end of July, because I left Puerto Rico in like beginning of August. So it was all right. I mean, I wore the yellow pants. And you know the yellow pants,
the mesh ones,
and then I wore thong underneath, and then I wore actually this shirt, and then I mean I was like, oh, like I've never really like gone out like that. Like of course I wear like a gay AF shirt or like a bracelet, but like to really like just strip down or whatever to go. I mean it was fine, it was hot, but I mean I didn't see any like side eyes or anything. But I feel like that's the wrong place to do it. I mean, there's hundreds of people here. Like, good luck. Like, and there's like 3 of you, hundreds of us. Like, we're not going to pay attention. Does it make you
feel like at least I know for me, whenever there's any type of, even when it's not a holiday, like a Black holiday, but anytime I'm just around my people in something that is very, very much us, I feel really like proud.
Good.
Just being in that space. Do you feel like that when you're just surrounded by everybody that is just like you, same, like you guys are representing
at the
same
Pride,
thing?
yes.
Yeah.
But it's not, just like I said earlier, it's not like that. Like if I go, I remember I went to Virginia Beach years ago, and they had this gay bar there, and it was my first time ever going to a gay bar. Like obviously I've been to several bars, but like this was specifically a gay bar. And I walk in, and there was just straight up looking up and down and just judgment. There was no acceptance.
Oh
like if I go to Pride, I'm like, they're like, hey, like high five, or like they're like, you know, whatever, let's dance. That's fine. But when I went to that club, it reminded me, I was like, I will never go to a gay bar again, and I haven't, because like it's just straight up looks up and down.
We did.
Well, yeah.
Yo, every bar we went to, I feel like
was it gay?
I feel like. Not a lot of people, but yeah.
Yeah, it's shocking it wasn't a lot of people.
The second one we went to was definitely...
It was pretty. That was pretty. And there was 2 men sitting there.
Yeah.
And then there was one across from them. Yeah. With Jamal. Jamala.
We love you, Jamal.
We too.
Not too much.
I wonder if he's going to be there.
I don't know.
Please.
I don't know.
Well,
but okay, so that's interesting. I just wondered.
Yeah, because I love seeing like on social media, like when like there's Black girls traveling and they see a group and they're like, oh hey, and like they all come together. Love seeing it, but it's like it's so not like that for us, and
it took us a long time to get there.
100%.
Black women can be very catty,
and I also feel like it depends on where you're at.
Yeah,
true.
Because I feel like here,
like in Richmond.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I don't go out much, but it's like...
It depends where you go. Because if you go to more of a, like, upscale-y, like, classy... There's going to be a different type of Black female there. But at the clubs, for sure.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
It's like a competition, like you said. Like
it's all... and I hate it.
Like, can we just be friends?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking at you because you look pretty. I like your shoes. Like,
right. That's it. Like, do you remember when we went to the first... Well, we left the restaurant when we went out, and then we went to the first place.
DC?
No, in Costa Rica. And it was that white girl. And she just comes right up to me.
Wait, which one?
The one that started dancing with Jamal and everything. And she just acted like she knew exactly who I was. And she was like, oh, I love your shirt. Like, I love that you're... Like, and all that. And I'm like...
I didn't know she said that.
Yeah, and I'm thinking... why?
It's like someone being like, I love that you're Black.
Yeah. It's like, right, it's like... Thanks a lot. Like, my God. And she just wanted to dance, and I was just like, you're just making me uncomfortable. Like, you're, like, going above and beyond to, like, get my attention or to dance with you or something. Like, we have, like, this expectation that we're supposed to just be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, sometimes, like, Jamal, he was dancing, doing his thing, but, like when Jamal was changing the damn tire, like, he was straight up, like, not in the mood.
Yeah.
Like, I'm ready to change the tire, go back to the house.
Yeah. That's true. So, he was like...
We're also
normal.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's true though. I wonder if there's a lot of
because like it's there's so many memes and videos where they're like
to be that way, like, oh my God, you're so fun and you're so happy and you're this and that and you're one of the girls and
that's exactly what I was gonna say, and they're like, oh yes, like queen. It's like not everyone's like that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying queen. I don't even know you. But, like, they already had, like, this expectation. That's how we are.
That annoys me, and I'm not even a gay man.
Yeah.
But when I see it, I'm just like, all right, girl.
My God,
like,
chill.
It's a lot.
Like, why are you acting
Time
this
and
way?
place.
It's not here.
Yeah.
It's not here at McDonald's.
Oh, my God.
I feel like every time I put this down, it's like a thunder.
Mine too.
Step back.
Well, cool. Thanks for answering that. That's cool. Do you have any, like, crazy stories in general? Just like either surrounding like Pride or Pride experience, or just like as a gay man, do you have any like wild ass stories?
Oh my god. Like, absolutely. So like I have like 2 stories. So the 3. I have 3. So but I'll make it pretty quick. Mm-hmm. I remember there was this one time where it was my kind of like my first time going out in downtown Fredericksburg. Mm-hmm. And I think it was like 2.5, maybe 3 years ago, where I had a coworker with me and one of my neighbors that lived above me. So she wanted to go out with me, and she went to Radford, so she was a party girl. Mm. And
my friends went there.
Yeah, yeah.
We went to Radford.
And so then we all went out, and then I was seeing guys left and right. They wanted to hang out with us, so we went to this first bar. This guy noticed me and noticed him. We paid attention. We went to another bar. They went with us. There was another guy. So every bar I was going to, there was men. And there was this one specific guy where we left this one bar. He just kept following. He just wanted to dance with us. He wanted to follow. I was like, all right, you're clearly the guy of the night. Mm-hmm. Like, you want to be the guy of the night. So here, you get my attention. And so then I remember, and this happens a lot too in the gay community, where we were leaving, mm-hmm. and Maddie, she said, oh, I'm like ratting someone out. I'm really not. And she wanted to leave, and she wanted to go to a pool party, and I was like, and we were just going to get in mind you, we're drunk, and we want to get in the car with these random people and just go, and I was like, no, like, let's take an Uber there. Like, if anything, let's take an Uber there and kind of just stay close if we go. And she was like, no, like, we need to go. Like, we don't need to spend the money. I was like, no. Mm-hmm. The other girl that was my neighbor was like, well, I got to go. I got to be in Maryland in the morning. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, so her boyfriend. I was like, well, Maddie was like, well, let's not wait. And I was like, no, I'm going to wait. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm going to wait for her. Like, she's never been downtown either. I'm not going to let her just be here by herself.
Yeah.
So her boyfriend comes to pick her up. As I turned my head, the girl got in the car and had left me downtown by myself. And the guy was with me. Great. So there was 2 other men with me. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, I've never been downtown. Like, I don't
This was your friend?
This was my coworker, who I guess was my friend, who I thought was.
Yeah.
And I remember I was like, okay, so this guy was like, well, I'll just come stay at your house. And I was like, no, you're not. So I was like, I drove. So I drove, which I wasn't like, I could figure my way out. One, I'm alert because I'm by myself. Yeah. So, if I was with other people, obviously I would have. Mm-hmm. But like, if I'm by myself, I'm more alert. So I started walking. And he started walking with me, and he was like, well, let's do stuff. And I was like, no. Like, I want to go home. And he straight up looks at me and says, why? You don't want to hook up with a guy that's HIV positive? And I went...
First of all, did you know that?
Exactly. I wasn't told that. Right. And the thing is like, no, I don't.
Yeah.
Like, respectfully, like, no, I don't. Like, I don't, And I was just like... Were you just planning to just have unprotected, like, just doing all this stuff or whatever the case may be without, like, telling me? Mm-hmm. Because, like, that's just not it. And, so I started walking away even more, and then he started yelling and everything, and I was just, I need to get out of here. And then another, which, by the way, like, I feel like when I say this, it's not, like, really to bash people with HIV. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not at all. Like, at this point, like, if you're not educated on it, try to get educated on it if you want to. But I feel like, there's medications, there's PrEP, there's obviously HIV undetected. Like, there's a lot of things that go into it. But I wasn't getting into that with him in the moment. You just said that comment after I've pretty much been following me.
Right.
And then the next story is, I remember I chatted with this guy, and he went to DC Pride. Mm-hmm. And he pretty much was like... like, I'm feeling scared right now. And I was like, why? He was like, well, I hooked up with this random dude. And I was like, oh, okay. And he was like, and he just texted me telling me that he just tested positive for HIV. Mm. And I was like, oh, well, did you wear a condom? And he was like, no. Why would I? And I'm thinking, well, in my head, like, bash me if you want, but you got what you did it to yourself.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way.
You took the risk.
You took the risk. Yeah. Like, just put a condom on. You're still going to feel it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the other guy's still going to get pleasure. Exactly.
Yeah, and
that happens a lot, too, where people were just like, oh, you're on PrEP, let's use no condom. And I'm like, no way. So that happens a lot. And I kind of didn't feel bad for him. Because, like, though he was so upset, I was just like, you do realize all you had to do was put it right on and then just do what you had to do and just dip and you'd have been fine.
Yeah.
Still get tested.
Yeah.
Right? But, like, not as urgently as you would if you did it raw.
Right.
And that happens a lot too. But so there's just a lot of crazy stories where just a lot of men try to get with me and try to do all these things. And sometimes it makes me hate that and it's not to be conceited, but a pretty boy. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because it's like they just think, oh, like he's tall, gay, pretty, let's just abuse that.
Like disposable type.
Exactly.
Like, oh, that's terrible.
It is, and it happens a lot.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes I just shut out. I'm just like, no, I don't. I'm not with... I used to be part of, like, the hookup culture where I used to do it all the time. I was, like, 18 to 21. You know, I'm, like, an adult. Like, but now I'm just, like, it's too dangerous.
So similar to, like, women. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Is it really?
With, like, pretty girls, I feel like, they're almost not taken as seriously. And by no means am I saying that I'm a pretty girl, but I know pretty girls, and I see it happen. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, it's the same thing. Like, just because she's, like, a glam girl or whatever, it looks like a doll, like...
Right.
It's almost like they view them in a different light. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
where
for
it's
sure.
like, oh, she's just somebody you can have fun with because she's bad, she's a baddie. And it's like, just because she doesn't mean she's gonna have a good head on her shoulders. Yeah. She's not educated.
Like, I'm not asking for it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to dress cute. Like, if I'm working out my body, I'm going to show my body. Like, what else am I doing it for? You know what I mean? I'm going to wear the things I want to wear because I feel like I look good in it. Yeah. But that's not an invitation for you to, like, try to sexually assault or harass me.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like, there's nothing on my shirt that says, harass me, assault me. Nothing.
The sexualizing,
exactly.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is. It really is.
That's interesting. I didn't realize that was, like, such a thing. And then even with the, you know, the unprotected sex, like, that people are so careless. That's unfortunate.
I remember I got, when I got tested, I always get nervous when I go get tested. I'm like, oh my God, like knowing damn well I don't have anything.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I get it. Yeah.
So then when I'm talking to either, like, the nurse practitioner, or the doctor, they're like, do you realize, like, you're doing something a lot of people don't do? Mm-hmm. And it just makes me more like, ew, like, like, what do you mean? And, like, some people are like, I know I'm clean. I'm like, oh, you're a doctor? You're a pathologist? Like, you just know. Like, you took your blood under a microscope. You read it. Like, you just know. You just know. And then they block me. And I'm like, that's fine. That's fine. Please do, because you're not wasting my time anymore.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Very.
Sips drink.
What's that?
Y'all need to get it together out there. That's crazy.
No, seriously, they need to. But it just gets worse.
Do you so I know you're not in a relationship right now, but is that something that you are aspiring to, like, be in? Or is it just, like, kind of like how it is for straight people? Like, it's just a mess out here. I'm not
I feel like
everybody sucks.
Yeah.
Y'all get on my damn nerves.
Oh my God. I mean, I wouldn't.
Because some of us get so exhausted to the point of, like, we don't even want it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I did that earlier. I forgot why I did it. I was getting ready. I said, because of the damn plane. It's so annoying.
I think I was in the car and I, like, hit the brakes real hard. I was like,
I think that's such a difficult question because I feel like naturally we don't want to be alone. Some people love to be alone. Some people love that privacy and, you know, not wanting to share and everything. But I feel like once you are in a relationship and you find what it is that you deserve and how you want to be treated, you know, obviously, you know, the situation. Mm-hmm. So it's it's harder for me to, one, open up to another guy. And it's harder for me to, you know, find the replacement. In a way, because I feel like, for example, if you get heartbroken at this point, you're just finding voids. Right. You're just filling voids over and over and over. But, like, you also don't know when you are ready. Like, they're like, when you're ready. It's like, okay, is that 16 days? Is that 3 weeks? Like, how long is that? Because you don't know when you're ready. So I feel like in the moment what I'm doing is just, I know what it is I deserve. And I know how I want to be treated, and I'm not going to settle for less. I'm going to ask for that plus. Mm-hmm. So whoever it is that I meet, they either need to meet that expectation and provide more, And if you don't, there's someone out there who will accept that, but it's not for me.
Right.
So I just think for myself, it's like, right now, with the person I'm talking to, he's trying to understand that, but not everyone's the same.
Yeah.
But, like, at the same time, like, I'm telling you, this is what I like. This is what I want. If you're not able to provide that, make it known.
Yes.
And be humble with it.
Yes.
Please be humble with it. I'm not going to, like, bash you because it's like, you don't know how to do the specific thing that I like.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you don't know, you don't know. But if you're willing to try, be willing to try. Like, don't say, yeah, I'm trying. I hate when someone says I'm trying. Because, like, when I'm not seeing anything, like, it's insanity when I'm seeing the same thing every day and you're expecting a different outcome. Like, you're not even you're not even taking a left turn. You're not even trying to, oh, let's try this time. You're just doing the same thing every day.
Say it again.
You're doing the same thing, expecting a different outcome. That's literally insanity.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, take a left turn. Do a U-turn. You know what I mean? Take a right. Like, go up a hill. Like,
Hop over the curb.
hop over the curb. Do something. But to just do the same thing every day, that's why I get annoyed. So don't say, I'm trying. How? Because you did the same thing 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
You're not trying. And then that's when I go away. And that's when I'm done. I'm like, I'm
You're
over
done.
it. I'm not.
You're joking.
You're literally joking. That's too short.
It is, man.
It's really just too short.
That is my motto. It's too short to be unhappy.
Yep.
In a job, a relationship, a friendship, like.
Because you only get one life.
Yeah.
I'll never forget one of my friends told me, I was chatting with this guy at one point, and he just needed to work on himself.
Yeah.
And, like, I could, like clearly see it. And I was on FaceTime with him. And he was just...
Don't you hate when you can tell in, like, the first conversation?
Yes.
Like, oh, damn it.
And the thing is, sadly, it wasn't...
lost.
Though I wish it were the first conversation, but I did, like, give a couple months of my time to this person and then realized, I was like, okay. And, I was just like, I just don't want to walk away, because if I walk away, I'm afraid that, like, if I waited another week, maybe something would have changed. And I was just... And then I got off the phone with him, because he said he was going to call me back. And then I get on the phone with my friend, and she said, imagine, like, 10 years from now, you're watching a recording of this moment in your life that you're going through right now. And in that recording, you're going to be, like, yelling at yourself, walk away, walk away, walk away, and you're going to watch yourself just continue to just fail.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in that moment, I was like, I can't imagine 10 years from now I'm watching a recording of myself in that moment of just tolerating that behavior. And then I was like, okay. And sure enough, we got right back on FaceTime after he called me and he was bitching, and I just went, I'm done. And I just literally was like, I'm done with this. And he just was like flabbergasted. And I was like, no, I'm done with this. Like, I'll come get my shit. Like I'm kind of done, And it really threw him off, because, like, I don't know, like, if that was his waking up moment, but it was too late.
Yeah.
Like, it was too late. Like, you have a wake up moment, let me know in a couple months, and let me see if you're different.
We'll revisit. We'll reassess.
Yeah, we'll reassess. But I just think, part of what we're going to be talking about is just, like, when is enough?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just think, kind of like, if this is happening, like, a certain amount of days in a row, and nothing's different, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, if it's mattering to you, it should matter to that person. If it's not, then okay, there's that. It's the communication's getting worse. Okay, there's that. So there's so many things to look at as an aspect to be like, okay, this is just not it.
Yeah.
Like, there's someone who will tolerate this. It's just not me.
Yep.
But also just being honest
And vice
just
versa. Like, there's someone who will be able to handle my standards. It's not you.
Yeah.
'Cause I know there's been times for me where I'm like, am I too much? Am I asking for too much? Am I too particular? Like, am I just too much? And, like, I actually constantly have to revisit and remind myself, like, you're not. You're not. Somebody's out there.
Don't change your values.
Yep.
Don't change yourself at all. Like, there's 8 billion people in the world. There's bound to be at least one person to maybe two, maybe 9 to tolerate, right? To just accept you for who you are.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay. What time is it?
I'm screaming.
All right. So I guess, should we get into our meltdown now?
Sure, I don't think I have one though.
What? Again?
Yeah, I don't know.
You didn't have one last week. Actually, that's probably good. That means you're happy.
That means probably like you're
mean,
growing.
yeah.
Like you're at peace, kinda.
I think I'm at peace. Do you remember that?
I feel like did I say that?
In Costa Rica.
Yeah. Oh, yes! We were on the damn boat, and I'm like, I feel like I'm at peace, and Veronica goes, shut the fuck up. And I'm like, wow, like, no, I'm at peace. You didn't like it.
We were on the animal tour
That
or
was
whatever.
crazy.
That was so. He was like, wow, I think I'm at peace. I said, shut the fuck up.
I went, oh.
And then you said something again. I forgot what it was.
God
It was so
knows.
funny. And then
On the boat?
Yes.
That boat was crazy.
What's her
Hot
face?
as hell.
What's her face was behind
Seats from
you? She was
1902.
like, Cody.
The seats were awful. It was
We said
different.
monkeys.
I got a rash on my neck because of the monkey.
Did you really?
Yes, I really did, because I was just like itching constantly. You remember me itching?
Yes.
I was like, why is my neck so red? Because the damn monkey wrapped its tail to try to reach for a piece of banana from the guy's hand. And I'm thinking, I went like this. And I'm thinking, I'm so itchy. Do you know how dirty their tails probably are?
Yeah.
No way.
It was hot. It was
Probably
very
poison
hot that
ivy
day.
all over it. Poopy.
Shit.
Poopy. Pee.
They were cute though.
I just remember the monkey and the baby being on Brie, and I just turned my head and the monkey like goes like this at me, and I went, "Oh God!"
You were like, "No, I'm fine."
You said, "Cody, please,
Please.
Gee,
Act like you like it.
yeah.
Oh my God. So no meltdown?
No.
No, that's good. Love that
That's
for
good.
you.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really have one either, but I try to find one.
I was gonna say.
I'm just gonna find one.
I was gonna say the only thing like
It's gotta be something.
that's annoying me right now is my anxiety is acting up again. It's okay. We're gonna get through it.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are.
Yeah.
Mine is random. It has nothing to do with this episode, but kind of on the topic of what you were saying about just relationships and men.
Take that.
No.
Takes that.
No shade.
So I'm just really sick of people getting invested in situations knowing that they don't have it in them to elevate themselves. Like, if you know that you're not somebody who is, you know, somebody that constantly strives for better, wants better, you're very content, which is fine. It's okay to be comfortable how you are. Some people are like that. They're happy with just going to work, coming home, going to sleep, waking up.
Same
Cycle
thing.
continues.
Yeah.
Keep the same lifestyle for years and years. But if you're with someone and you know from day one that they are very ambitious, they like to have fun, they're very social, whatever the case may be, just like make a decision that there and then that you're going to either, you know, adjust who you are as a person, maybe try to grow a little bit, expand yourself, or just be like, hey, I don't think you and I align right now. And
Yeah, our stars are not aligned. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's very frustrating. I feel like I've gone through this multiple times.
Yeah.
And it just goes back to like me questioning, am I too much? Do I want too much? Do I do too much? And you know what? It's not me. It's just I keep attracting the wrong people, but like also,
It's not me, it's you.
yeah, like y'all have to also take accountability for the type of person you are and like
Right.
just don't waste time, or at the same time try to just be better as a human. And that's all I have to say.
Yeah. That's
'Cause
good.
it's frustrating.
It is. It is.
Life, like you said, life is too short for anybody to waste it. So like you're wasting your time,
Yeah,
you're
you're
wasting
wasting
that
mine.
person's time.
Yeah.
Like just stop.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah.
So that's my meltdown.
Starts ripping the hair. Starts rubbing it. Starts chewing on it.
Do you have a meltdown, Cody? So a meltdown is anything, it could be anything that happened to you this past week. It could be anything in general that you just want to vent about.
That you've been
You can
thinking
yell
about.
if you want. Or you can not have
I'm
one.
going through a moment, honestly, where I'm thinking to myself, like, when do I just like call quits on a like talking stage or a relationship, and I'm kind of just lost because I don't know where it's like I need to like I'm act like a Miss Know-It-all, but I don't take my own advice. So I'm literally, I can give the best advice to everyone, but I'm not even taking it for myself, where it's like, I could literally tell you stop giving CPR to a dead situation, and yet here I am reviving it. Going behind closed doors, telling you to do this, but I'm going behind closed doors, doing the complete opposite. And it's just a moment where I'm like, when do I stop? And I just get mad because, again, it's like a comment I said a couple, like earlier, where I was just like, if I walk away, could that person have been different a week later? Should I have been more patient? Like, should I have just waited to see if, like, that person was going to change in 3 or 7 days? Or because if I do that and I wait the 7 days, though it's not like I'm wasting months, but I wasted a week. So it's like, obviously I'm not going to go down a path where I'm waiting months and months and months down the road to see this person different. But also, life is short. You know what I mean? Like, how many times do I have to go through this a couple days in a row to realize this isn't working? What could I change differently? Like, do I need to change anything differently? Do I need to be more calm? Do I need to be more patient? Do I need to be more, like, less selfish? Like, what is it that I need to do to help that person? Because, like, I'm literally like a fix-a-hoe. Like, I'm like, oh, use me and I'll help you. Like, give me your downfall. I'll help you grow to being a better person. And here I am.
Oh, you're a nurturer.
Yeah, like I am, but like at the same time, what is it, like an avoiding attachment and an anxious? Like I'm anxious attachment. So I'm like, you do something. Oh, did I do this? But now it's like I'm realizing I'm not doing anything wrong.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like it's really you that's doing something wrong, and how are you changing? That's why I hate when like, oh, I'm trying. How? Yeah. What is it that you're doing? Yeah. Tell me. And when you stare at me in silence and you're not telling me anything, how do I take that? It's like someone saying, like if I'm sitting here saying, I care about you, and you're saying to me, I don't like the way you treat me, but it's like, but I still care about you. Yeah. Is that a thing? Like if, like I can still care about you, but I'm not treating you right?
No.
Right.
In my opinion, no.
Right. And that's the situation I'm in, where I'm not in a situation where I'm being treated disrespectfully. He's just not listening. It's like he's hearing me. He's not listening. He hears what I'm saying and it's going through one ear and out the other. But it's like he's not taking what I'm saying. Like I'm not saying this because I'm bored. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I'm telling you how I'm feeling because this is how I feel. Right. You know what I mean? And then we have a problem where it's like you're only listening to reply, not to understand. Yeah. And it's just I don't know when it's like. Enough is enough. I keep rewarding your bad behavior. Where it's like...
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's like, you pissed me off, I don't want to talk to you. Like, I don't want to talk to you, but you're still coming over. That's because that's what you want. Like, you're not, like when someone does something bad, discipline them. Maybe they'll learn not to do it. I'm not disciplining anything. Like, I'm still texting. I'm still calling. Still seeing you. We're going on dates. And it's like, clearly you can still do what you're doing that's pissing me off. And we're going out to dinner.
Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out, like, when do I just stop?
Do you want advice?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that type of situation is a situation where you have to evaluate yourself. And like you said, all those questions you have, like, wonder where it's coming from. Like, and I think you and I have talked about this before, like, is it because you don't like to be alone? Yeah. Like, and when I say alone, like, in the house alone, you know what I mean? Just finding another way to like fill that void. Yeah. And it could be attachment. It could be comfort with that person. If y'all are good friends, like, do you have a good friendship with him? Yeah. Like, so a lot of times that I feel like if you have a good like foundation in friendship, it's harder to like break yourself away because y'all rock with each other. Y'all are like, cool. We vibe. Yeah. Like, so it could be comfort. It could be you not wanting to be by yourself. Because you know what you need to do. Yeah. You know where the problems are. Yeah. So you just have to be strong. Are we just going to take action? Yeah. Yeah, you just got to be strong about it. And find something else to, I don't want to say fill the void.
But just stop giving 100% to that person. Give some percentages to something else. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Match the energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Definitely. Is there anything that you're doing that's like frustrating him that you know
I
of?
won't
Like, does
know
he
because
express?
it's not communicating it. If I am, which that's why I'm like, if I am, like I'm so humble
This
and
is a Taurus.
yeah. Mm-hmm. But like he's not bad. Like he's not mean. Like he's just
No, but they're
it's just
very like I'm gonna say they're very like
it's just like no, like I literally will be talking to you and there's no response, and I'm like, I'm going to hurt. Like I'm going to literally knock you the fuck out. Like you're going to drive me insane. Like I cannot handle this. Like no response.
So what makes you keep going back?
He is sweet. Like he's sweet. He's never called me out of my name, never raised his voice. He's been very calm. Like he's always available. You know what I mean? Like regardless of what time it is, he's answering the phone, he's texting back, like he's doing what he's supposed to do. It's just I sometimes kind of feel bad where I'm like, if someone doesn't know, they don't know. But I'm also not your teacher.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
You're
like,
also telling him.
I'm also telling you, I'm not your teacher, and you know, like I'm not like this isn't reality TV. Like I have emotions, I have feelings. You know what I mean? As do you. Clearly, I'm fulfilling his, but not fulfilling mine. I'm telling you what it is you need to do, and I know things don't happen overnight. But let me see you try.
Yeah.
Like let me see a couple things that you're doing. So I don't know if it's like I need to give it like another 2 weeks. I don't. That's like that's the thing. I just don't know.
Maybe stop putting a time on it and just
Vibe it.
if you want to. I was gonna say. Oh, I was gonna say. Just to
Yeah.
cut it. Like if you
Yeah.
feel it, go with that intuition, that gut feeling.
Like I'm still gonna be okay.
Yeah. Instead
Like
of
I'm
being
still gonna be able to like live life and do anything, but I just have my main fear is if I cut it and like let's say like I just wasn't more patient enough.
No fears, baby, no fears.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know we're different, but like that's what I do. Like for me, it always boils down to my happiness.
Yeah.
So if I'm sitting, like I said, in a job, that's why I will leave a job.
Right. I won't. That's too different. Yeah.
If I'm not happy,
Yeah.
and I've already looked at all of the factors, like, okay, what will make me happy again? Try that out. Still not working.
Didn't work.
And then the other party has to also like fix their shit. That's why I left where I left, because they weren't taking accountability for what was going on in that hospital. And I knew what was wrong on my end. So it's like, okay, if y'all are not even going to try, why am I wasting my time?
Exactly.
So
yeah.
Just ask yourself, are you happy? Are you happy?
I'm like
I know you're not going to be happy all the time.
Yeah.
But like, are you generally happy?
Like I guess I would say like overall between yes and no, like yes. But I just want to see a couple things. I want to see a couple things change. So I just want to see if that person is willing to do it.
What's the most important thing to you in a relationship? Like one of the most important things.
Communication.
Is it communication? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like obviously like I feel like you being like, oh, but I've been loyal. It's like, okay, that's what you're supposed to do. So I don't want to hear. I'm not praising you for doing the bare minimum.
Yeah.
I'm not. So I would say like it's communication. Let's just communicate. I'm not psychic. I'm not going to know what you feel when and how you feel it because of why blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Just communicate it.
Yeah.
Because I'm great with it. I'd be like, oh, you just pissed me off. And this is why. I'm so quick with it. And it's like either you do something about it or you don't. But if you don't do anything about it, what do I do?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where I'm stuck at. Oh, I'm telling you pissed me off. Now you know. Now what?
Yeah. And he's just like,
I'm sorry, I'm not trying, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, but you did. So enough with the trying. Like, clearly we can see that you just did. So the word trying just needs to just be cut out.
Yeah.
Because you just did it.
that's how you're going to fix it.
You got an A+ if you were trying.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah.
So yeah, I feel like
Time will tell, I guess.
just think about what's important to you and take it from there.
Yeah.
If communication is there, okay. He's not communicating. The next thing is he's not making the effort. So then for me, I would then question my value to that person, because how much do I matter to you if you're not willing to do the work?
Yeah, I
Must
agree.
not matter much. I gotta go. Bye.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, but you'll figure it out.
Yeah, of course.
I hope that helps. I don't know.
Time moves forward, never backwards.
Nope. So we're getting close to wrapping up. You look pissed.
No, I'm just
Are you okay?
She just can't tell if she's in the, like...
No, I can't see the red dot on the camera, and then I also think the battery's dying, which is
okay.
Oh my God, time to wrap up.
I'm like,
the last thing is just to run it back.
make sure it doesn't cut off.
Bring it back, run it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. You got it. Act fool, wait. Act a fool. What you bringing back, girl?
Oh, I need my notes. I'm so sorry.
I don't even know what mine is this week.
Bringing it back.
Yeah, anything you want to bring back from your era?
Bring
Your era.
Kesha. Like, I don't even know. This. Do you remember this?
Oh yes, we were talking about that.
Oh.
We were talking about that.
Oh my god.
These all suck.
What do I want to bring back?
This is off topic, but
Always.
I don't know if they do it anymore because I'm not a child and I don't have children. But let's bring back Nickelodeon's Worldwide Day of Play and let's make the kids get outside.
What is it?
Worldwide Day of Play. When they would literally put it on the screen.
Yeah.
You can't watch. They cut the cartoons off.
Yes.
When did they start doing
Yes.
that?
That was a long
I
time.
remember this.
Like, yes, and you would just have to go outside.
Yep.
Like,
There was
it would
no
literally-
cartoons playing.
It would
They didn't
literally
have that
be
during my-
It would literally be like a screen. It would be like Worldwide Day of Play, and it would just be like a loop of like the words. Like they
In the comments, if you are between the age of 30 and 35, do you remember this?
Well, no, you were like in high school or something.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, so if I was in high school,
Yeah, but
they didn't have that during my time.
No, but they didn't mind.
What? That's wild.
Yeah.
That
And
was
That's
the
so
thing.
good though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They need to bring that back. Kids
They
need to
said,
get
"Fuck my
outside."
generation."
And I was just getting on my laptop and play video games. So it really never mattered. I was like, I'm not going outside if I don't want to.
That's so funny.
Because I remember one summer it was cicadas and it was awful. I was like, I'm not going.
Yeah.
I'm not going. A
Yeah,
bug
we're
in
just-
my face? That's not happening.
Yeah, it would just be one day, and they would
Yep.
like it would be like for a
That's
few
so
hours.
neat. I cannot remember. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
You remember that.
Yeah,
Dang.
It's actually really funny.
Yeah, I did not know about that.
yeah. And like you couldn't like.
You couldn't do anything to the
I feel
TV?
like
That's
no, I feel
wild.
like they like kind of tied in with other networks. So I feel like if you change the channel, like the Disney Channel, it
Like
don't
a
matter.
national alert.
Like, yeah, like y'all are going outside.
Stop.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah. I remember that.
Oh my god. What do I want to bring back? I'm never prepared for this.
That's what you have to think. That's why, like, if
Just
I
put
think
in
of
your
something
notes.
randomly, yeah, I'll just make
That's a
notes
good
throughout
point.
the week, and
I
then
do that with topics, but not this.
yeah.
Trying to think of something recently. I was like, I miss that so much. Skip me.
I know, way. Because I'm literally thinking that they're gonna check the clip. I'm gonna be like this. I'm like literally thinking like, what can I look at right now and be like, oh my god, I missed this.
Can we bring back?
I don't have a. I don't
Is there
even
like
know.
a food or like a drink? And it was outside back in the day. Someone said that though,
What?
like bringing back like how it used to be in the clubs. Like,
I was gonna say house parties.
oh,
But like, even as a full ass adult, I would go to a house party right now. Like, I would do it. They used to be so fun. Yeah, house party. I don't even think the kids are doing that anymore.
I don't
Like
know.
the high school kids. Like our nephews, they're not going to house parties.
I don't know.
Bring back house parties for the kids and for us because they used to be lit. Let me tell you about a house party. So, the house party usually consisted of everybody in your high school class, like at somebody's house. They were usually the person with the cool ass parent, which is what I want to be. So I hope my kids want to have parties because I will host them. There was always that one person or one like relative that would sneak a little bit of alcohol. Kids would be able to smoke in the house. That's when like we used to actually like dance. So we would have like dance offs.
Oh, wow.
Like it was so fun. And there's one person in particular that I'm thinking about who had the bomb house parties.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was thinking of
Yeah.
her too.
Well, I have my thing. You can use mine. It'll just be a different angle.
Yeah, it's dead.
It's dead?
Yeah.
Okay, let me go quick. So yeah, bring back house parties. I would even do that, like I said, as an adult. I would just throw a house party once a month. It'd be fun as hell. Wait till I get a house.
Yeah.
I already said I'm gonna be having cookouts.
You're gonna force your kids
parties.
to, like, you're gonna have a party.
No, we're gonna have parties.
Yeah.
Like the grown-ups.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna be like, y'all go do something.
Oh, yeah, go play with sticks.
Go with your daddy.
We're having cookouts. We're having house parties.
Oh, wow. Yeah, for sure.
I love that kind of stuff. I grew up on that, so.
I don't know what I would bring back. Honestly, I don't.
You're like, I don't want any of it.
I'm like, I'm depressed. Well, I mean, what?
Ooh. Any type of, like, fashion? What about a song? I will play it right now.
I don't know. I really don't know what I would bring back.
Okay.
Like, really, there's nothing.
That's alright.
Yeah.
Let's move forward. Let's live life.
I'm done.
Let's future life. Nothing back.
Okay. Well, our camera has died, guys, so the audio's still going.
It was literally charging for the entire time, but whatever, it's fine.
This was so fun.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cody,
Oh my
for
God.
coming.
Thanks for having me. It was really fun.
Very
Yes.
first guest ever.
And I think probably our longest episode yet, so which is fine. We had a good time. So as usual, follow us on Instagram, generally_speakingpod. Follow our regular socials. I'm Yogi_LBT_.
Yes.
Something like that.
Oh, me?
She'll put it on the screen.
I will. Brianna.Charisse.
You can follow Cody.
At CBeaston12.
Yes. So email us, DM us any questions, any comments about today's episode. We want to hear from y'all.
I made a TikTok.
What? Oh, she made a TikTok. What is it?
It'll be on the screen, but for the people listening, it's generationally SPKING_P0D.
Hopefully they don't
Yeah.
do us like they
Ban
did last
us.
time. 'Cause that was crazy.
Yeah. Very
Yeah, so follow us, and I have like a couple of resources here if you guys want to get involved, just based on the topic of LBGTQ today. So you can go to youth.gov. They have a lot of cool resources there that you can kind of go to get involved with some of the things going on. So check that out. And just going forward, again, be respectful to everybody, be kind, and anything else to add?
No, thanks for having me. It was really fun. I appreciate it. It was really fun.
Bye.
Screaming.